Welcome guys to a brand new video on Wuthering ways. Now in today's video I want to take a deep look at the sequences in this game. I know something that free-to-play players, or in fact most majority of players, do not give a crap about, including myself. However, the reason why I wanted to take a look at this is because of this post right here on Reddit, talking about several issues, blah blah blah, but the main one I want to focus on is this one over here. There's a suspicious trend going on where DPS gain of the first and second sequences have been getting higher and higher over time. Now I went ahead and compiled the data. This is the data showing us. I made sure you guys knew who is the main DPS and support DPS. Oh, let me know, by the way, do you guys count Brant as a main DPS character? I feel like with his weapon it technically could be a main DPS character, but let me know if you guys count him as a main DPS character. Phoebe I put as main DPS, even though she can technically be a support character as well. Who else did I? Oh, Zhangli Yao, I made him as a main. Oh, that's incorrectly written. DPS, there we go. So yeah, I've compiled the data. If you guys want me to explain to you how I got the data, it's basically from Pride Win. What I did was I went ahead and took a look at what they did, what calculations they have right now. So you can see the calculations from sequence 0 to sequence 2, but I made it easier so you can actually just see the data all at once. Okay, and I wanted to make this video to see if this person over here is correct. Has there been a suspicious trend in increasing the amount of damage a character can do at sequence 2? Now it doesn't mean anything if that's the case, in my opinion, because no one generally is going to be trying to get sequences. I feel like the majority of people that actually bother are just whales or even dolphins even, but I don't think the general audience really care too much about it. And even if, like I said, it's the case that sequence 2 does something, like it's getting higher in terms of the damage increase, I'm not necessarily gonna care. I don't think the majority of people actually generally care, but we need to take a look at it to see if this person is correct. That's pretty much it. Okay, before anyone says he's incorrect. I know people have been bashing this post. I mean, when I looked at this, I'm still on the side of Zanny needing Phoebe, or like Zanny increasing damage with Phoebe is just too much compared to what we have as a free-to-play player. I mean, I'm not a free-to-play player. I have Phoebe I spend in the game, but I feel like all of this, honestly, all this discussion can be avoided if Kuro Games just release 4-star characters and good 4-star characters and good 4-star weapons with this new specific element stuff they're trying to do. And I think none of this discussion would have happened. I actually find it kind of weird that during the anniversary they didn't release a 4-star character. Anyways, besides the point, let's quickly take a look at the calculations and everything like that. So first of all, this is it. So this is in order as well in terms of release. So Gion first, Yinlin, all the 1 point whatever version characters, and then moving over to Renacita with all the characters over here. Now I try to do the range, so that's from 1 point whatever updates, we got a range of 10% increase to 36% increase in overall damage from S1 to S2, okay, or sequence 0 to S actually, yeah, sorry, sequence 0 to S2. That's what I meant to say. So as you can see, with characters like Gion, only a 10% boost in his damage at sequence 2. So if you guys want to get Gion, don't bother with her sequences. Yinlin, on the other hand, actually kind of surprised me, okay, because her damage is looking quite good at sequence 2, and this is a character that I honestly don't feel like she's that great at the moment. I'm not saying she's not good. I think she's pretty sick in like Whimpering Waste and whatever, but in terms of usability now, the amount of times people actually use her usage is actually kind of decreased, in my opinion, and based on looking at what people are actually running right now. But yeah, it looks like she actually did get a kind of a good boost at sequence 2, especially look at the sequence 1, only 6.32%, but at sequence 2 is at 36% boost in her damage. That's crazy. And then we got Jinshi. She didn't get a boost with her sequence 2, but overall boost is 15 0.13%, and this is the damage you can see over here. Anyways, Jinshi is broken at S0. Literally, you do not need Dupes for Jinshi. Okay, and then we have Changli. Yeah, sequence 1 is like ish, but then a sequence 2 is at 18% in general. From sequence 0 to sequence 2, it's an 18% increase. I generally would not really recommend getting Dupes for her, but if you want to, that's on you. And then we got Zeshi. Oh, also pay attention to support DPSs and main DPSs. Okay, in general, support DPS, you shouldn't really be going for the Dupes. Is mainly like the main DPSs where you need to focus on the Dupes. But Gion instantly looks like you don't need sequences for him. Okay, so who's next? It's Zeshi. This is her boost at sequence 2. Again, generally don't even bother. And then we got Zhangli Yao, who actually did get a decent boost. Even his sequence 1 actually gives him a decent boost as well. And then sequence 2 is 24%, so that's actually quite high. So yeah, it's a free-to-play character. Technically, he was given to us for free. And then we got Camellia. Honestly, Camellia is broken. She's straight up broken. And then you can see at sequence 2 actually being a massive increase to her overall damage. Okay, from sequence 0 to sequence 2, it's a 35% increase. So she actually set the standard. But if you noticed, guys, except Yinlin, okay, she's an odd duck in this thing. Except Yinlin, I know it's data, you can't technically ignore a character, but you can see the trend slowly creeping in with the overall boost in damage from sequence 2 is actually getting higher. So that's like, okay, we need to pay attention. Now we're taking a look at the 2 point whatever version characters, with Carlotta being the first released. Now at sequence 1, this is her damage boost, 9.32%. Okay, but then at sequence 2, damn. Listen, if I was going for a main DPS and I wanted that to make that character broken, it would be Carlotta, because look at this, crazy. I know Camellia is good as well. I mean, I generally don't like her playstyle though, so probably wouldn't go for her. Actually, I think at sequence 1 she does get damage resist. Like she can ignore damage, so it doesn't kick her off when she's spinning like a Beyblade. Basically she doesn't get knocked off. Anyways, Carlotta gets a 31.89% with sequence 2. And then again we have the odd little duck, and that's Russia. I don't know what they're doing. Yes, she did actually decrease in damage. The reason for that is actually due to her reduction in rotation. Okay, so we all talked about Russia versus Sanhe. The reason why we love Sanhe is her fast concerto regeneration or generation, making her rotations be extremely fast. And the reason why people would say Russia wasn't a significant boost or isn't worth summoning for is generally because her rotations were just longer than Sanhe, which is just not that good. Okay, but actually with her sequence 1, the rotation is reduced. Where the heck is she? Russia, where are you? Russia, there you go. So on sequence 1, her rotation is reduced, and therefore her damage goes down. Okay, but it doesn't matter, it's only a 2% reduction in damage, but her rotations is faster, and we love it. Okay, faster rotation means she's now more comparable to Sanhe. Okay, oh, there you go. So look at it, the rotation reduces. Anywho, let's go back to this. So yeah, ignoring Russia, the odd little duckling, we have Phoebe now. Again, increase in her S2 now is 31%. Okay, that is again a huge boost. Again, like I said, with the 1 point whatever version of characters, they weren't really getting insane boost with the sequence 2. We did get a couple of characters, but that was generally with the trend we expected. With more characters getting released, the sequence 2 became more broken and more broken. Okay, and it gets like that even more. Okay, if you take a look at Phoebe, take a look at Brant at 65%. Okay, that's why I think Brant is an amazing character in general. Okay, as long as you have the weapon, I really do like Brant. I kind of get annoyed when he gets knocked out of doing his like enhanced skill attack. It annoys me so much actually. But in general, his damage increase with sequence 2 seems to be relatively high. Okay, Go to calculations again. There you go. 65%. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, and then we have Camellia. This is the units he placed over here with a 57. Why is the numbers different? Because I definitely used the correct one. Where's Camellia? Oh, sorry, Cantarella. Cantarella is the right. Is what I was trying to say. Oh, 57. Why did I write 67? Oh no, I did write 57. Sorry, I'm an idiot. There we go. 57% increase. So generally, he is right. This person is right. The general trend of S2 seems to be getting stronger. Okay, again, we do get the odd little ducklings with Yinlin being amazingly good at S2 with the increase in damage. But the general trend is S2s are kind of getting stronger and stronger. But like I mentioned, I don't think generally anyone cares. Okay, just because S2 is getting better does not mean much. Okay, the game is still clearable at S0. You do not need S2. But again, this is kind of like whale bait, so it's not really greed or anything. It's just catering to a bit of the dolphins and the whales that want to get extra damage with their characters. Personally, what I care about is improving some of the issues I have with the characters. For example, like Cantarella, I hate the fact that she just gets knocked out when she's doing her Beyblade. If I could get her S1 to like mitigate that issue, I would be happy. That's it. Anything to just make the rotations a little bit more smoother would be fantastic. Don't really care much about the damage increase, but yeah, I do get the general trend is the damage is increasing with S2. I don't necessarily see it as an issue though, if that makes sense. Okay, is to sell more characters. True. I mean, the Kuro games can let them do their thing. They want to get extra money from that. That's fine in my opinion. Generally, I think it was a bad decision with Gion's damage increase in S2 being 10%. That was literally like, why would anyone get S2? But I hope it doesn't like skyrocket to insane degrees. But anyways, it is what it is. I'm actually surprised Carlotta's is only 31% because she's broken. Her damage, single target damage is crazy good. But Cantarella as well, S2. Nice. But the overall damage, as you can see, DPS is not as high as like the other characters. Anywho, that's it for the video. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.